Hello everybody and welcome to the stream. It is Sunday, January 17th, and we are going to look at some 7-point Singleton today. So I appreciate everybody who is here, and please don't forget to follow. You can join me for my regularly scheduled stream each and every Tuesday night. I play 3 rounds of Old School Magic with the Northern Paladins as part of the Tuesday Night Gauntlet. So don't forget to follow, turn on those notifications so that you know when I go live. And coming up soon, I do plan on having some more Old School Magic coverage other than just my Tuesday Night Gauntlet. Coming up in February, I do plan on streaming live all of my games from the 7-point Singleton monthly league. Plus I have invited players to join me on stream for some Alpha 40 league matches as well. So some of you may or may not be familiar with the 7-point Singleton format. So it is basically, it is a 60 card format, exactly 60 cards, no sideboards, and all of the cards have 0 points that are legal in Old School Magic, with the exception of these 34 cards that are on your screen right now. You are allotted up to 7 points to use. So if you want to use 7 1-point cards, you can. But you can also use any combination of cards to get you to that 7 points. Now, 7 points or fewer, so if you did want to take 2 3-point cards and no other cards, you can go ahead and right ahead and do that. This is the general gist. So you've got Ancestral Recall, Black Lotus, Library of Alexandria, and Soul Ring, all at 4 points. Thank you for the follow. At 3 points, you've got Demonic Tutor, Mind Twist, Time Walk, and the 5 Moxen. 2 points is Armageddon, Black Vice, Brain Geyser, Channel, Land Tax, and Mishra's Workshop. And then a whole bunch of cards at 1 point, including Caracas, Mana Drain, Mana Vault, Maze of Ith, Balance, City in a Bottle, Dark Ritual, Fireball, Moat, Recall, Regrowth, Sylvan Library, The Abyss, Time Twister, Wheel of Fortune, and Winter Orb. So, appreciate you guys who are here. Beltran, thank you for coming in. I've been following 7-point Singleton for a couple of months now, and due to my schedule, I haven't been joining any leagues, but I do plan on joining beginning in February. It looks like a really, really fun format. It is pretty cool, and I am blessed to be able to bring you this stream today, and to be able to play some old school Magic and some other formats as well. So let's take a look at the decks from the two players today. All right, so our first player is Ken Fritz. Now, anybody who is a regular to the stream might recognize something right out of the gate. These are my cards on the stream. I have recreated the decks, the deck lists, and the deck photos for both of the players in today's matchup for a couple of reasons. First reason was that for formatting and continuity, I wanted the decks to look as close to the same as possible when it comes to that. And secondly, the photos of the decks were uploaded to Facebook, and then they were copied and sent to me in a message, and then I had to download them, and that degrades the quality of them also. So with those two things in mind, I wanted to make sure that the pictures came out as clear as possible to present these decks to the players and to the viewers in the best way possible. So we'll start with Ken's deck, and you'll see I have superimposed the point totals on each of the cards that has them. So we've got 2 points for the Brain Geyser, 1 for the Mana Drain, 3 for the Demonic Tutor, and 1 for the Winter Orb. Now this is strictly black and blue. It's got a pretty solid mana base, and it's got a lot of really cool cards and a little bit of redundancy, but not so much. It's really hard in old school Magic to come up with redundancy, because there just isn't that much of it, really. But Brain Geyser, Mana Drain, Steel Artifact, Doppelganger, and Control Magic, and then Old Man of the Sea, Time Elemental, Serendib Efreet, Psyblast, Copy Artifact. And then we also have Power Sync, Flash Counter, Counterspell, Transmute Artifact, Boomerang, and then back up for the black cards. We've got Paralyze, Animate Dead, Demonic Tutor, Will-O-the-Wisp, Hypnotic Spectre, Phyrexian Gremlins, Royal Assassin, Guardian Beast, Sengir Vampire, and Terror. And then we're going to skip down to the artifacts. We've got Winter Orb, Relic Barrier, Icy Manipulator, Basalt Monolith, Disrupting Scepter, Jalem Tome, JMD Tome, Tanos' Coffin, Triskelion, and Chaos Orb. And then for non-basic lands, City of Brass, Urborg, Desert, Strip Mine, and Mishra's Factory, along with an underground sea, a bunch of swamps, and some islands, and then lastly a Felwar Stone. So yeah, thank you, Bruins, I appreciate it. So yeah, like I said, these are my cards. So a couple of things that you'll notice about this. Now this is inherent to the format. There isn't a lot of removal, because there isn't a lot of removal in old school Magic. So you see that Paralyze acts as a pseudo removal spell, and Terror acts as a removal spell, and so does Psionic Blast. And then you've got your counter spells, and those are pretty much your removal. So what are your other options? Obviously you can steal things. Your Paralyze can keep things tapped, and then Icy Manipulator, Relic Barrier, and Phyrexian Gremlins can keep things tapped as well. And then, since we're talking about tapping things, Royal Assassin can be tapped to destroy target tapped creature. So there's some synergies in here, a mild parfait going on with just the Winter Orb, but 3 ways to tap the Winter Orb, so it shouldn't be too much of an issue to get one of those 3 cards when there is a Winter Orb on Ken's side of the table. All right, and then let's take a look at Robin's deck. So Robin is playing with multiple colors. He's playing 4 colors, and if you count Sedge-Troll, Needing, Swamps, it's kind of like 5 colors. But he's opted for a different route when it comes to his point cards. So he's got Time Twister and Brain Geyser, and then Sylvan Library, Regrowth, Mana Drain, and Fireball. So he's got more total cards that have point values, but Obviously still 7 points. Now you see that he also has Steel Artifact and Control Magic, and then there's also a small sub-theme in his with Preacher and Rubinia Soul Singer when it comes to stealing creatures. And then in the lower right hand corner you'll see Diamond Valley as well, and then the Diamond Valley is nice because you can tap it to sacrifice a creature. So if you sacrifice something that you stole to gain life from the Diamond Valley, that means that you can just you know, untap whatever it was that you used to steal it, and you can just you know, rinse and repeat. So his forms of removal include the Source of Plowshares and the Psionic Blast, and you know, the 4 counter spells that he is running with the Power Sink, Flash Counter, Counter Spell, and Mana Drain. But also the ability to steal cards, steal the opponent's stuff, and sacrifice it to the Diamond Valley and repeat that. So some interesting cards here. A lot of good choices for across all the colors. My biggest concern with this deck is the fact that of the 7 cards that require white mana, 3 of them require double whites, and you see that there's only the 4 basic planes, and then you've got 4 dual lands and a City of Brass. Not exactly sure why Robin decided not to play Tundra when white and blue are so heavily represented in his deck. That is not a question I've been able to ask, but we will see if it does make any difference later on down the road that the white mana is not so prevalent. So I do appreciate everybody who is here again today, so thank you very much for watching. We are about to bring you to the games. So without further ado, here we are, and let's go.
You may say.
All right, so we've got Ken on the left, and we've got Robin on the right. And I wanted to give a shout out to Ken. I believe he's the one who recorded this match. So Ken, thank you very much for allowing me to use this video on my stream. One thing is you'll notice a difference between this and my regularly scheduled stream. In their Whereby room, they didn't go with the widescreen, so their camera is shrunk down a little bit. So you think the music is too loud. Okay, I will turn down the music then. There we go. So both players decided to mulligan right there. So we're going to see mulligan down to 5. So while they're doing that, once again, I'll just I'll bring up
exactly the same.
both of the decks.
At it and you're like, oh, I'm set up for mana, and then you're like, yeah, what if I draw 2 more lands in my next 2 draws? Like,
Yes, exactly.
And believe it or not, these deck photos were taken several hours apart. So the fact that we've got some cards in the exact same position in both deck lists is just a coincidence. A happy accident, of course, but you know, it was kind of funny that I noticed that while I was putting the stream together. Alright, you see, as tradition, a lot of people will do this. They'll separate their decks into 3 piles and ask their opponents which pile would go on top. And that's because, obviously, through a webcam, you can't cut your own opponent's decks.
yeah, the sunrise is nice this morning. You can see Molokai, the island that's right next door to Oahu. So I'm going to put one underneath, and it's going to be this one, as much as I like that card.
Alright, so it looks like Ken Captain is putting 1 card underneath with his 6-card hands. Let's see what Robin does with his. The current mulligan rule.
There we go.
has been a godsend for
I'm
old
gonna
school
lead
Magic
with
and
Island.
for Magic in general.
Go ahead.
So, Robin, Captain,
Roll.
put one underneath. All right.
Playing a Savannah.
Mhm.
Go.
All right. So Robin comes out of the gate with two
Island,
of
go ahead.
his primary colors. In that,
Roll.
Ken's got 2 islands.
Playing a Underground Sea. Go.
All right. So on turn 2, Robin has access to 4 colors.
This is factory.
Oh, factory. All right. So it's
And
possible we could see some offense from Ken here quickly.
spend 3.
Yeah,
for
both decks are
Assault
really,
Warrior.
really nice, Billionaire.
Mm-hmm.
Assault
Tap
Monolith
it and play a Jalen Tome.
and Jalen Tome. Okay.
I've got 3 in hand. Go ahead.
Damien, I get
Yes.
it. Really bad at
Okay,
making decks. Singleton is
Jalen
harder.
is
Yeah,
3.
Singleton,
It's the paper
you know,
back.
it tests your resources, it tests your metal quite a bit.
You
because
can
of the
draw a
fact
card
that,
and get.
The deck
Damage.
restrictions
And then I discard a card.
happen. So,
Oh, discard a card.
Draw and then discard. Yeah. Cost 2 to activate.
Mm. Divine Offering on your book,
Okay.
and I get 3 life.
Yep. You're 23.
so the Divine Offering means that the book goes away.
Oh.
Now, there aren't a lot of resources to destroy artifacts and enchantments. So the fact that he had it and used it there means that
Badlands.
Robin respects the book quite a bit. So,
All the duels.
And I'm playing a Disrupting Scepter. Go.
Disrupting Scepter.
Okay.
Staple for anybody.
That's not good for me.
Staple for anybody who plays the deck. And all right, so I'm just going to turn this music all the way down. All right. So Disrupting Scepter, 3 mana artifact, 3 mana, and tap it to make target player
Play a
discard a
demonic
card,
tutor.
and you can only activate it on your own turn.
Mm-hmm.
Anytime on your own turn. So Ken played an Underground Sea and is using Demonic Tutor. So he can't go for Ancestral Recall because he doesn't have it in his deck. So we will have to see what he gets. And I'm not sure if we're going to see it right away or if we will see it on a subsequent turn. But I'm sure we will see
activate
it
the
nonetheless.
Yes.
Alright, so he's going on
Attacking for
offense. All right. So Robin's taking 2. All right. So Robin
ahead.
gained 3 from before. So Robin should be
Wow.
about 21 life.
Blinked.
All right. So Robin's got all of his colors, and he does have double white. So we don't have to worry about that right now. Definitely not on this game.
How many cards do you have in hand?
3. Still 3.
3.
How many cards in hand? Such a loaded question in old school Magic. I think both of these players have had each other's deck lists
You
when
may discard a
this
card.
was
It'll be a
made,
double
so
game.
it's not like there's going to be
Yes,
a
go.
mind twist. You already can guess what Ken fetch with Demonic Tutor. Well, yeah,
I'll steal artifact.
Steel Artifact. Huge card in this.
ahead.
I've noticed. I've watched a bunch of coverage and I've looked
You
at a
Steel
lot of the deck
Artifact,
lists
my,
for this.
Yeah.
And Steel Artifact sees play
Okay.
a lot. I actually
Your turn.
just got a Steel Artifact, a beta Steel Artifact as well. Got it in the mail
City
yesterday.
Boss.
So, right here. 4 mana to gain control of Enchanted Artifact.
Go.
Tap.
All
Draw.
right, so City of Brass didn't do anything for Robin.
I'll
Let's
tap
see what else
3 and have you discard a card.
Ken can do. Okay, so he's just going to start grinding away Robin's hand.
A Forest.
Basically, Forest goes away.
Go ahead.
Draw. Hammerheim.
that's rough.
Landwalk isn't very prevalent in old school in general, but
2 blue.
the Hammerheim
One,
could
two,
at some point in time
3,
do
4.
something with that.
Mamo the
All
Jin.
right.
Mana
All
drain.
right. Ken can't get that mana drain out of his hand fast enough when Robin goes to cast the Mamadi.
Get 1 damage.
I have you at 20.
One thing about 7-point Singleton also,
Yes.
just
'Cause
so
I
everybody
didn't
is aware,
adjust your
mana
life
burn
after
does
my
exist
yeah,
in the
23,
format. So,
now you're at 20. Okay. Are you done?
Yes, your turn.
Untap.
Old School Guard, thank you very much for the resub.
Upkeep
I
draw.
appreciate it.
During my first main, I add 6.
All right, so Ken's got 6 mana. So what can Ken do with 6 mana?
cards
He's got
again?
2 different mana sinks
2.
here. He could always,
I'd
at the
like
very
for you
least,
to discard one.
just 3 different mana sinks. Yeah, he can. All right, so he's using 3 to make Robin discard a card. Now he's got
Sure.
another 3, so he can either pump it into the factory or he could use it to untap his Basalt Monolith. So
I'll use the 3 mana to put a Winter Orb into play.
okay, so he's using 2 of the
Yes.
mana for a
And
Winter
I
Orb,
will use 1 to
and
activate
it looks
my
like he's
factory and
using
attack you
1
2.
for factory to swing.
Yes.
All right, Ken doesn't
And
have one of the
swamp into
other 3 pieces of the combo in his deck
ahead.
to keep his Winter Orb tapped or to tap the Winter Orb so that
Tap 1 land.
he can
Draw
do the
card.
parfait tricks of tapping
Nope.
down the Winter Orb and
Untap
letting
my
him
factory
untap.
and my
But it was a
scepter.
good position for him
Mhm.
because Robin had tapped all of his lands. Let's see
I
what
will
happens.
spend
Now, he doesn't have anything to continually untap
Activate
his
Yes.
factory. All right, so he's going to grind away with
Zerg.
the hand again. Gets
I will activate my factory.
makes Disrupting Scepter.
Yes.
Robin discards a
Attack you for
Berserk,
2.
and in comes a factory. All right,
Yes.
so
Go ahead.
Ken has kind of bottled himself up
Lands. Draw
here.
card. Go.
I'll untap the factory, the scepter, draw a card.
So let's see. Like, I understand his reasoning for wanting to keep Robin from doing anything, but in doing so, he kept himself from doing anything. Yeah,
I
attacking
think
with the
playing
factory
Winter
might have
Orb
been a
was
little bit greedy.
mistake, but it was so attractive when you were all tapped out.
The player's voice is too loud. All right, well, I will
I'll
turn
pass
down
the
the
turn to you.
player's then.
Untap. Draw card.
All right, hoping that's a little bit better.
Go.
Let's.
Tap an island, draw.
Oh, there we go.
I'll want you to discard a card.
Rod of God.
Rocket Man, if you missed the beginning of the stream, it's a Singleton format where 34 of the most powerful cards are given a point value, and everything else has a value of 0. And you can play with a maximum of 7 points worth of cards in your deck. It's only 60 cards, and you don't get to have a sideboard. So. When they go to the next game, when they're shuffling up in between, I'll bring that list up real quick as well. All right, so Urnum Jin, 4/5 beat stick out of green, pretty efficient creature. So regardless of whether or not he has to tap out, the fact that Ken is going to have to take some damage from this unless he draws one of his removal spells. And by one of his removal spells, I mean either exactly Terror or Paralyze. Yeah, Paralyze would keep it tapped down pretty much forever with the Winter Orb. Okay, well, here's a Guardian Beast. Guardian Beast is a 2/4 that gives all of his non-creature artifacts indestructible as long as the Guardian Beast is untapped. So,
My non-creature artifact.
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
Untap.
all right. So the Guardian Beast has Forest Walk.
Yes.
So one thing that I noticed when I first started playing Old School, and it continues, a lot of Old School Magic players, regardless of which format of Old School they play, casual and laid back, and they miss triggers a lot, and they might not necessarily know all the rules of Magic. I had the benefit of judging for 17 years and running tournaments for a total of 21 years, so I have that knowledge that some players don't have. So,
Two.
Mishra is not an eternal blocker because of the fact that Beast only makes non-creature artifacts indestructible.
Untap the underground sea. No, I'll untap the factory. Draw a card.
Right, so he's untapping the factory. Okay. As opposed
Attack you
to...
for 2.
Alright, he's getting in there for 2. Alright, so he shut off the indestructibility, which, you know, the indestructibility isn't so bad.
Go ahead.
If you had a Chaos Orb, then it would be pretty good. But, alright, so... Here goes. And Robin's just basically trying to play everything out as quickly as possible now because he doesn't want to discard if something happens where that Winter Orb starts becoming tapped or whatnot. But Ken's getting pretty low on life here. He now has 2 blockers. He has the factory and he's got the Guardian piece. So does he animate the factory, group block? And, well, I mean, the strip mine stops that, though.
Green,
so.
Birds of Paradise.
Bop.
Attack.
I'll block with the beast.
Alright, blocking with the Guardian Beast. It's not what you want to do with a Guardian Beast, but sometimes that's what you got to do. Ooh.
Blast your Jin.
He's side blasting. Okay, so he's going to take 2.
So it's 4 damage.
Flash counter.
No,
Oh.
I countered it with the flash counter.
Okay, flash counter counters target instant. So, yeah, that was pretty good.
So I hit 8.
A little bit of a timing thing there. Ken probably should have tried to
Is your turn over?
Psy Blast the Urnum before
Yes.
blocking. And then once the Psy Blast resolved, he could have blocked. But
Pass the turn to you.
looks like we're just a couple of turns away from this first game being over
Strip mine.
and ending up in Robin's favor. But, I mean, we still have to play. Yeah. Flash counter revenge for the mana drain. Yeah, definitely so.
Sylvan.
Sylvan Library.
Attack.
Sylvan's coming to the party pretty late, but could end up setting up the final draw so that Robin can just win outright, possibly without even attacking. We'll see what happens.
Spend 2 on terror.
Terror. Okay, well, there goes the Urnum Jin.
Counter spell.
Oh, never mind.
Jeez. Alright.
All right, and that is game. Game number 1 is in the books. So
Yes, you had it.
let's give that game to Robin.
I was getting too greedy. I was trying to be cute.
Okay, so yeah, Ken looked good when he played the orb. So real quick, we'll go over the points while they're shuffling up. So these 34 cards have a point value. Everything else that is legal in old school has a value of 0. It is Singleton, Highlander, if you will, so only 1 of each card except for basic lands. And you can only total up to 7 points with any combination of the cards that are here. So if you have an Ancestral Recall, a Lotus, a Library, or a Soul Ring, then you cannot have one of the other cards that is up there with the 4 points, because that would exceed your limit. A bunch of 3-point cards include all 5 Moxen, Time Walk, Mind Twist, and Demonic Tutor. Now, one thing is, just so you guys are aware, that they do a number crunch every single month when it comes to these leagues, and believe it or not, Mind Twist rarely sees play. The Moxen rarely see play. Library of Alexandria rarely sees play. So if you're worried about a format where Mind Twist, you're going to get your hand Mind Twisted away, not going to happen all that often in 7 points Singleton. 2 points are Armageddon, Black Vice, Brain Geyser, Channel, Lane Tax, and Mishra's Workshop. And then at 1 point, Caracas, Mana Drain, Mana Vault, Maze of Ith, Balance, City in a Bottle, Dark Ritual, Fireball, Moat, Recall, Regrowth, Sylvan Library, The Abyss, Time Twister, Wheel of Fortune, and Winter Orb. So, again, we'll take a look at the decks of the players real quick. This is what Ken's got going on.
I gonna grab some tea.
And this is what Robin is playing with. So, now I would assume that this would actually favor Ken because of the fact that his mana base is going to be more stable, but you know, we don't know. That's why we play the games of Magic. If we decided everything just based on the deck list, deck picks, then you know, what's the sense of actually playing the games? But yes, Ken does have a more stable mana base, but we will see what happens. So players have shuffled up, they are cutting, and they are getting ready to go into game number 2.
So I'm going to be on the play.
4, 5, 6, 7.
This is really bad. I got to put that back.
All right, Ken's going back for another mulligan, just like he did in game number 1. Oh, not a problem, Rocket Man. Not a problem at all. I figured that some people wouldn't be able to join early anyway, or join on time. They have lives. They have other things going on. So, you know, and I've already seen this video, so I know some of the things that are going on, and I knew that there was going to be some time in between those games. So, spoiler alert. Sorry, I know who wins. But I needed to check to make sure that there was nothing goofy about this video before it came up on my stream, everyone. So, alright. So while Ken is doing that, everybody, please don't forget to follow, and you can join me each week for my regularly scheduled stream. I stream 3 rounds of Old School Magic every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern with the Northern Paladins as part of the Tuesday night gauntlet.
The Winter Orb, I thought, now it's a dead card.
Yeah, well, I didn't have a... I have ways to get around the orb, but I just didn't see what... okay.
2 on 3, 1 on the bottom, please.
All right, so looks like we are getting ready to
You
go.
keep your hand, right?
Yes.
On the bottom, I will put that. And then I will begin with a Mistress Factory. Go ahead.
Early Mistress Factory again for Ken. Let's see what we can do with that. Again, removal's at a premium in this. So, ooh, all right, Llanowar Elves. So that's a big start for Robin, having a mana dork on turn 1. That gives him access to 3 mana on turn 2, which doesn't cost him any points. So the fact that he's got both Llanowar Elves and Birds of Paradise in his deck means that he can power out some things early. Ken's just going right on offense, which definitely isn't a bad thing to do. So speaking of a life, I need to get to the grocery store and some other chores around the house. Yeah, no, I got you, Rocket Man. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Thank you for joining the stream, and thank you for what you've done for the stream. All right, take care, man. Urborg. Urborg's cool. Gets rid of Swamp Walk and gets rid of First Strike or taps for a black mana. Alright, so a really good turn for Ken right here by playing the Felwar Stone, which can tap right now for green, but Robin's got a lot of different colors, so it can tap for, eventually we'll be able to tap for blue and black. It can tap for blue right now because of the Tropical Island. So, and Relic Barrier is a nice combination with you know, tapping down the factory or possibly tapping Ken's own Winter Orb. But Urnum has joined the table, so Urnum is fun. He's a 4/5. He can't be Psy Blasted, so the only permanent solution that Ken has is either to tap it down and kill it with a Royal Assassin or cast a Terror. Possibly a combination of 2 cards. Alright, Demonic Tutor. He could steal it. Stealing it is always an option, and Demonic Tutor is a good card when you can search for any card. So, okay, Winter Orb. All right, so we went for the second combo piece. All right, so that means that Robin will only be able to untap one land, and then Ken's going to be able to untap all of his lands for right now.
1, 2, draw a card.
All right, so if Robin plays another land, he can activate the factory and attack for 7. Okay, so yeah, he can attack for 7 right here. That's a lot of damage right here in one foul swoop. And since Ken has already taken some damage, this could end up being pretty big.
Attack with everything.
All right, there it goes. Big attack. Here he goes.
Oh, by the way, you can untap my artifacts.
Yes, I can.
Yeah, Robin's asking if he wants to use the relic barrier on the factory.
I think I'll take
Yeah,
7.
because he did go pretty quick. So, all right. So Ken's taking the damage. He's taking it all.
Yes.
I'll tap my orb.
All right. So he's tapping his own Winter Orb to shut it off, which means that he gets to untap all of his lands instead of just untapping the one. Ken must have some removal of some sort. Yeah, I'm assuming he does. All right, so copy artifact.
Then I'll put in
3 mana. Old Man of the Sea. Oh, outstanding. Okay, so this is a really fun card, and people have been loved this card for a long time, and it really shines in this format. So Old Man of the Sea is a 2/3 creature. It is from Arabian Nights, and you tap it to gain control of a creature that has power less than or equal to Old Man's power. And you lose control of that creature if the Old Man becomes untapped or if Old Man's power becomes less than that creature's. So it is pretty cool, and it's a nice card to see. You don't see it a lot in old school Magic, but it has been picking up a lot of traction in 7 Points Singleton. So so what he could end up doing here is stealing something and then blocking the Urnum with it.
I feel like I should have copied.
So that's an easy way to keep the Urnum at bay for at least a couple of turns. And I do believe that Old Man of the Sea has received some errata, so its creature type is now Djinn, when it never was before. So
you can steal my
that
elves, not my
isn't
Urnum.
relevant in this match, but it could be relevant to somebody at some point in time further down the line.
Okay. And he is 2/4.
He's a 2/3.
Yeah,
2/3.
so Robin's in the tank here. He's trying to decide what he wants to
Got a
do.
lightning bolt.
Yeah, Old Man of the Sea being a 2/3 is going to keep the Vicious Factory at bay.
Attack.
Well, he's just going to swing with.
Oh, tap this one.
He's going. Okay, he's going to tap the elf to activate the factory.
Okay. I will tap the factory.
All right, so he's going to tap the factory.
Yes.
All right.
And then I'll take 4.
So I mean, he's got 2 artifacts now that produce mana, so he's not at that much of a disadvantage.
Okay.
Yeah, if Old Man faces Suleiman.
Oh,
Yeah.
tap.
King Suleiman is cool. It's a 2 mana white
yes.
creature, tap to destroy target Djinn or a Freet. So it is definitely a fun card. It doesn't see a lot of play, but because of the fact that Old Man of the Sea is now a Djinn, that means that King Suleiman can actually kill it. So.
And I'll pass the table to you.
All right, so untapping. All right, so now that the Old Man is active, Dave Firthbard is playing the King Suleiman in his 7 points deck. Yeah, it definitely makes sense. Yeah, I mean, well, think about it. King Suleiman costs you 0 points, where Stadium in a Bottle costs you 1. So might as well if you're playing white.
That Old Man of the Sea.
Yeah.
Can you use it in combat?
Yeah, I can use it at any point.
All right, Old Man definitely makes some combat math really, really difficult. Dave is 12 and 2 so far. Nice. Nice. Hail to the king, baby. Yeah, there you go. Old school guard there. Nice little reference to our good friend Bruce Campbell. Yeah, Robin's in the tank for thinking about this quite a bit. The copy artifact on the Felwar Stone is huge because Ken has access to pretty much any color of mana now. He does any color of mana, not black, but he can get black from his 2 things. So he basically has 2 blue up and a black. He could use to counter something if he needs to. All right, so. Robin activated the factory. Went a little quick. Alright, so Ken is going to steal the factory. Stealing the factory removes it from combat.
Activate my factory.
Yes.
Then I'll block your elf.
Okay.
Alright, so he's blocking the elf.
And then no blocks for the djinn, so I take 4.
And no block on the urn. Okay, so.
You take 4. Berserk it.
Oh, Berserk. Another mana drain. Wow. Alright, it's only 1 mana and it saves a bunch of damage, which is good. So the elves are going to die. Oh, Ken just grabs a magic card to represent the Mistress Factory that he stole. Nice. It's always good to have something lying around that you can do that with. Alright, so we tap the Winter Orb end step so we can untap all of the lands, especially now he's got an additional land. Ken's got good control of this game. So this is his game to lose. So he just needs to not punt. We've all been there, chat. Every single one of us has had a game where we have... Oh, Time Elemental. Factory was tapped when he stole it. Depending on the timing of when he stole it. But he's moved to his own turn. So it's untapped now. And he's no longer a creature. So. But for those who are not aware, Time Elemental is a pretty cool card. Let's see if I can bring it up on the screen here. Alright, Time Elemental is 3 mana. It's a 0/2. And then for 4 mana and tap it, return target permanent that is not enchanted to its owner's hand. And then if it attacks or blocks, you lose 5 life. So that's a heavy price to pay to attack or block with that thing, but hopefully you don't ever have to do it. So. And the fact that it can hit any permanent. See, back in the earlier days of Magic, bouncing stuff could hit anything. It didn't matter what it was. It hit anything. So, you know, lands. I mean, it's like Boomerang could target a land or whatnot. So, all right. So we activated both factories. All right. So what he should do here is he should pump his factory twice. He announced that he was pumping both of them themselves, which would mean that he would lose control of the Robin's factory right away because its power became greater than that of Old Man of the Sea, which is a 2/3. Just a little bit of a faux pas here, but the outcome would have been exactly the same had he just pumped his own factory twice to a 4/4 and kept Robin's factory as a 2/2. But Old Man of the Sea is constantly checking the power of the creature that it stole. So you can get your creature back by reducing the power of Old Man or by increasing the power of the creature that was stolen. I guess Robin could take mana from factory in response to Old Man and sink the mana back into the factory.
Oh.
Well, yeah, but I mean, it wouldn't really matter.
You didn't do it. I thought the creatures.
No, just
Yeah, a little bit of talk about
Go ahead.
Time Elemental. I'm actually
Okay.
surprised that Ken used the Time Elemental on his own turn and to bounce a land, because that basically gives Robin a free untap of that land, because he untaps one of the other lands and then guaranteed a land drop for the turn. So if he has a 3-mana spell here while Ken is tapped out, basically tapped out, this could end up costing Ken the game. But who knows? If Robin had a way to deal with either the Old Man or the Time Elemental. Oh, okay. So he's casting a disenchant on the Relic Barrier. Okay.
Go.
All right. So that means that at least they're going to be playing on an even playing field here. So Robin basically said, well, if I can't untap, you're not going to be able to either. So Ken's going to get in there with a factory for 2. So that scary turn didn't amount for too much for Ken. It didn't hurt him too badly, but it definitely could have.
How many cards do you have in hand?
2.
2.
Looks like Robin's got lands for days.
Bird's Paradise.
Bird's Paradise, which is good in Robin's deck because of the fact that he is playing so many colors.
Tap. Drop.
I think Ken accidentally untapped all of his lands when he shouldn't have.
Go ahead.
Source Plowshare on your Old Man.
Swords of Plowshares on the Old Man.
Flash counter.
Flash counter to counter it. Okay.
Go. Wait.
Ken's drawing gas.
Yeah, too late. Could use my birds, of course.
Yeah. I'll untap.
This was actually a tournament game, yes.
Activate the factory.
This is not an ongoing tournament. This was filmed
Go ahead.
a little while ago, but it was for it was an advancement into from the top 8. So I believe this was it. The winner advances to the semifinals. Ken only had Mishra and Felwar tapped. I missed it. Time Twister. I think this helps Ken. Ken has a better board position right now because of the artifact mana and the
nope.
Mishra's Factory. Yeah, this was filmed at the end of December. I know that for a fact.
I don't know if I want this to resolve. I almost do.
Right? Yeah, right around Christmas time is when this was filmed.
I think I'm going to.
This is from the November tournament. All right. Maybe it was from November. I don't know. December 22nd is when Ken put this video online.
Better position than you because I've got so much more mana.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm gonna let it resolve. I'm actually.
Okay, he said he was going to let it resolve, but now he's been discarded. All right, so now he's going back and casting the Power Sink for 1 because Robin has 1 untapped land.
Okay.
Because Ken really wanted that, and that was his last card, Robin could have just decided not to pay the mana and tapped his land. But Ken's board position is so much better that Robin definitely needs those 7 cards. Time Twister is really good in 7-point Singleton because you get to reuse all those one-ofs.
Okay, then hurry up.
You know, cards like Recall, Regrowth, Time Twister, Demonic Tutor.
Okay,
They make it
nice.
so that you effectively have additional copies of cards in your deck. So they're really good in old school Magic as well because of the fact that there are so many powerful restricted cards. But
No, it's okay.
they really shine in 7-point Singleton when you have those cards that help you recycle and reuse the cards that are in your deck. So, all right. So Robin doesn't really have to do any, can't really do anything here, and then he's probably going to just pass to Ken. He did play a land before he cast the Twister.
Let me think. Playing a strip mine.
Okay.
Do I understand why he disenchanted the relic barrier? No, I don't. But maybe it's because of the twist. Maybe he had the twist and was planning something for the future. I definitely think that well, with Ken having access to the time elemental, he could have benefited from the being able to untap every single turn. So maybe that's what Robin was thinking, that they could play on an even playing field, but it obviously doesn't seem like that is what is going on here.
The Felwar Stone and the island. And I'll transmute artifact on my Felwar Stone.
Okay. So transmute artifact, getting rid of the Felwar Stone, and so he could go search his deck for something that costs 2 or more. He gets the relic barrier, so now he's back to having that huge advantage of
Destroy factory.
being able to deal with Robin not untapping, and Ken can untap his lands. So it looks like Ken went to attack with the factory, and Robin used the Maze of Ith. Sorry, the Strip Mine to get rid of the factory. So at least he's not taking that damage every single turn now.
Yeah, I'll let the factory get destroyed, so it'll... Yeah, it's dead. Go ahead.
And draw.
Don't forget to untap your birds, Robin. Ooh, Diamond Valley.
Playing a Diamond
Okay.
Valley.
Okay.
If Robin can get his little sub-theme going of stealing stuff, then the Diamond Valley could end up being pretty good. But also, if
Tap my
Ken tries to steal stuff,
I'll return your bird.
or in this case bounce stuff, he could always sack it to the Diamond Valley in response. Great. So end step, tapping of the Winter Orb, and then also activating the Time Elemental. He's targeting the Birds of Paradise to bounce the birds, which is good. You know, get rid of that additional mana source so that Robin doesn't have access to additional colors and bigger spells. Robin's in the tank on that. Is he going to return it? He could sack it. He could spend the mana to do something.
I sack it for 1 life.
He's going to sack it. Alright, so he gains a life. Gaining life equal to the power. Sorry, yeah, the toughness. And it's a 0-1 on the bird. So, alright, Old Man of the Sea is untapped. Is he just going to turn him sideways and get in there?
I'll attack with
There he
the Old Man of
goes.
the Sea.
Alright, getting in there. Don't see Old Man of the Sea attacking very much.
Oh,
But there it
my
is.
mail carrier's here. Give me 1 moment.
Now Ken just basically can sit back and do a couple points of damage each turn with that Old Man of the Sea by turning it sideways and attacking, and anything that Robin plays is either going to get bounced or stolen. So this is pretty much a soft lock for Ken, and this game is pretty much over. Has the game has been decided, but it just isn't over with yet, technically. But especially with all the cards that Ken has, I wouldn't doubt that he has at least one way to counter or stop anything that Robin plays. Let's see what he's going to do. Is he going to do anything else? He's going to play something. What's he going to play?
Put a book into play.
Jam Day Tome. Okay.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Drawing cards isn't bad. That's what I've heard. Alright, so Robin untaps the Trop. So he's got the Trop and the Underground Sea. He's got some blue, green, and black mana ready and raring to go.
Play.
Alright, so he's got all of his colors now. Again.
Go.
I'll tap my Winter Orb.
Alright. Ken opted not to draw a card. That's interesting.
Number 2.
Yes.
He had the mana because that copy artifact is a Fellwar Stone. So he could have tapped all 4 mana that he had left. Maybe he's afraid that because he's seen Robin's deck list that Robin could have some burn spells or whatnot. His life total is pretty low, so I get that.
It's
Draw
card.
Play with caution. Don't get reckless.
Play an island.
All right. So Robin's got a lot of mana available now, but it looks like Robin's been drawing lots of lands this game and not really a lot of anything else, which is unfortunate. Again, anybody who's played Magic knows that variance exists and it does happen, and we do have to accept it. We don't have to like it, but we do have to accept it. And there are going to be times where we're going to get mana flooded, even after you do draw 7 cards.
Yes.
So. Old Man of the Sea is doing some work.
Attack you for 2 with the Old Man.
There goes.
Yes.
And in there for some more.
I'll put a Hypnotic Spectre into play.
Hypnotic Spectre.
Counter Hypnotic Spectre.
Oh, counterspell. All right. Might as well.
Flash counter.
Flash counter on the counterspell.
Yes.
All right.
Go ahead.
Untap.
So Hypnotic Spectre adds,
Draw.
makes the clock just that much quicker.
Play.
So instead of 3 turns, Robin has 2 turns to figure out a way out of this.
3,
But
4.
I don't think it's going to happen. He's tapping out.
Control Magic on your hippie.
Mana drain.
Control Magic, Mana Drain.
Go.
Alright, so Ken's going to get it 4 mana.
Tap. Draw card.
Untap.
4 floating.
What's he going to do? He might just throw it into the book and draw a card at this point. He really doesn't need to do anything else other than turn his creature sideways. So,
Use it to draw a card.
yeah,
Yep.
use the 4, draw a card. Makes sense.
Island.
Play lands,
Attack you for 4.
turn stuff sideways.
1.
Robin goes down to 1.
Discard. Disrupting Scepter.
Yeah, discards
Demonic
Disrupting
Tutor.
Scepter, Demonic Tutor.
I'll go get a
Out of
Triskelion
Ken.
and I'll shoot you.
Yep.
So he was going to go for Triskelion in case you guys didn't hear that. So
So I have such a
that
card
game
after
goes
my,
to Ken.
hand twister.
So we are now 1-1. So.
I felt like I don't know.
So once again, we'll take a look at the 7-point Singleton list. These 34 cards have a point value. Everything else that is legal in old school Magic has a point value of 0. And you have a maximum allowance of 7
Yes.
points that
I
you can put
only
in your
use
deck.
one card.
There are no sideboards, and all decks
Get
need
it
to be
from one.
exactly 60 cards. So
There
there's
was
no
a
61, 62, no, exactly 60 cards.
Okay, on to game 3.
This is Ken's deck. As I said before, Ken's deck has a pretty stable mana base because he is only 2 colors. And Ken is drawing counterspells like it is his job, which is always a good thing. He's got Power Sink, Counterspell, Mana Drain, and Flash Counter as his counterspells. And then Robin also has the same suite of counterspells. Robin is playing with 4 colors. So It is definitely possible that he could get stuck not being able to play some of his cards based on the mana costs and such, and especially if Ken can get a winner orb. But we are in between games, so again, don't forget to follow. Join me each week for my regularly scheduled stream. I stream 3 rounds of Old School Magic every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern with the Northern Paladins as part of the Tuesday Night Gauntlet. So don't forget to follow. Turn on those notifications so you know when I go live. And it looks like the players are ready and raring to go. And so let's see what they do.
2 on 1 and 3 on top.
All right, so Robin's going to be on the play for this.
Good luck.
Good luck to you. It's been an entertaining game so far.
Yes. I like it.
All right, so let's see. Maybe Ken won't have to mulligan this time.
I'll keep.
Yes, me too.
All right, let's see what happens.
Go.
City of Brass. All right, every color right out of the gate. Nothing wrong with that.
Island. Go ahead.
Island, go.
Wow.
Another thing with 7-point Singleton, if you have something early, it's if it's a damage source, it could end up doing a lot of damage.
City of Rose. Go ahead.
Couple of turns of land go. Robin flashed up plains there, but then decided to play an island instead.
Llanowar Elves.
All right, Llanowar Elves. I don't think Ken's going to care about the Llanowar Elves. Maybe he'll care about anything that comes out later on. And Llanowar Elves on turn 3 isn't nearly as scary as Llanowar Elves on turn 1.
Plains.
All right, so Robin plays the plains. And he didn't do anything. He's got 5 mana, so he can cast pretty much anything that is in his deck right now. The only thing that wouldn't make sense for him would be maybe the Sedge Troll.
1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3.
4.
3 mana. 4 mana.
Surrender Djinn.
Oh, Serendib Djinn. This is a wonderful card from Arabian Nights. 5/6 flyer for 4. Beginning of your upkeep, you have to sacrifice a land, and if you sacrifice an island in this way, it deals 3 damage to you. And if at any point you control no lands, it goes away. Now, this wasn't very nice of Ken, but he had a way to deal with it in his hand, and that was a paralyze. So not only does Robin have to pay 4 mana to untap, he also has to sacrifice a land.
Okay.
So let's
So now my hammer.
let's bring that up on the screen as well.
4,
So
5.
I'll take 5.
so this is paralyzed, 1 black mana enchantment. Insanely good against this. Such a great play. Like, so now, in order to attack, he's got to pay 4 mana, but he also has to sacrifice a land every single turn. Anytime he sacrifices an island, it goes away. So Robin has to take 3 points of damage. So
Can put the creature in it.
this is just a huge play. Djinn is kind of immune to control magic and creature, but not so much to paralyze. Yeah, absolutely. So, all right. And then here's another fun card, of course. This is Tawnos' Coffin. So let's bring Tawnos' Coffin up onto the screen.
And you need to pay mana for that?
I need to pay 3.
Okay.
Alright, go ahead.
All right. So let's bring Tawnos' Coffin up here. Okay. So Tawnos' Coffin is a 4 mana artifact. For 3 mana and tap, exile target creature until Tawnos' Coffin goes away or becomes untapped. So when When the coffin goes away or becomes untapped, the creature comes back.
Yeah.
Now, all enchantments also go away, so the combination of the Taunus's coffin and the paralyze is pretty brutal, because he can basically use the coffin to prevent the damage even after Robin untaps it. So, and then Robin will still have to deal with both upkeeps of sacking a land and paying 4. So this is not looking good for Robin here.
Sack.
Alright, he sacks the island, which means he has to take 3.
3 damage.
He takes a point from his city brass. Yeah, he should have tapped the island for mana before paying for the paralyze.
For the city. Yes.
Small thing that Robin could have done a little bit differently there, but I really don't think that there's going to be any issue right there. Untapped coffin with 3 untapped mana, and Robin is bogged down right now with what he can do
Attack.
because of that. So, yeah, there goes Ken. He's putting the Serendib Djinn into the coffin,
And go.
and Ken's untapping it, which brings it back tapped.
Okay. Oh, really?
Yeah, is that game?
Yeah, coffin brings it back tapped.
Let's play it out.
But yeah, this is pretty much over. Yeah, Ken just says we can play it out, but
Yes.
yeah, it is definitely pretty much over here. So yeah, Serendib Djinn. It is a fatty. It is a beat stick. It is
I'll put a basalt
really cool. However, it is extremely susceptible to removal and can end up being a 2-for-1, or in this case, it's been like a 5-for-1. So good. All right.
Yeah.
So is he going to pay the 4 and untap it? He didn't. Okay. So it just stays tapped. All right. So now Ken doesn't have to use the coffin. I think Robin probably should have tried to untap it at least one more time here, so that it would have forced
3,
Ken to use his Basalt Monolith.
Okay. I'll go to 5.
Okay. So he's casting a Psy Blast.
2 on me.
Yeah, Paralyze, definitely the best card Ken could have hoped for
Yes.
against the Serendib Djinn. Card is just ridiculous. The only other thing is, what's nice is, Ken's not playing white, but Spirit Link is amazing against the Serendib Djinn as well, because you would take the 5 and then gain the 5, and then if he sacks an island, you just gain the 3 because the Serendib Djinn is doing damage. So, yeah, Coffin is huge. It's really good, and most people don't realize that Coffin can target any creature. So, all right, so Robin's got to sacrifice the Trop, and it's an island, so he's got to take 3.
And did you take
Yeah, this is that's going to be his downfall. So the funny thing is, I put a post online the other day about how many Serendib Djinns in a deck, in an old school Magic deck, were too many Serendib Djinns, and a lot of people chimed in on that, and Brian Weissman himself said that it's a terrible card for this exact reason. A removal spell can end up being an extra 1. Something really potent like a Spirit Link could just shut it down completely. I don't think he was thinking about Paralyze though, but and he wasn't thinking about 7-point Singleton. But 5/6, you can get 5/6 for Ken's not playing Maze of Ith. You can get a 5/6 flyer out of blue in Mahamadi Djinn. So, all right. So this is pretty much over now with everything that's going on. So what Ken can do is he could end the game with Robin having 0 permanents on the table, because anytime its controller has no lands, the Serendib Djinn is sacrificed. So Robin takes a point. He sacrifices his City of Brass. The Serendib Djinn should go away here. Ken could shoot the elves and just end up winning the game on the back of that trike plus the Taunus's coffin, which is pretty brutal in and of itself, because it resets the counters. So he attacks.
Oh, yeah. Go.
Yeah, Maze of Ith is a 1-point card. So, All right, so Ken just swings for 4, puts the trike in the coffin,
Down to
and
5.
wins on the next turn.
I'll copy artifact into
Or
skeleton.
he could just, do that too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Shoot.
All right, so that ended up being
No, the coffin,
Ken's
I
game. That
hate
one
it
was
though
was
now.
pretty lopsided, not gonna lie. But Ken ended up winning that,
Yes.
which was that was definitely a brutal game, which seemed like it was gonna go a lot differently for Robin, but it did not. So let's take a look at Robin's deck. Robin was able to do some things in games 1 and game 3. He has a pretty diverse mana base and was able to cast a whole array of spells. And he is playing 4 colors. The Winter Orb hurt him immensely, and there are no sideboards in this. So Winter Orb hurt him in games 1 and 2, but not so. It hurt his opponent. It hurt Ken just as much in game number 1. We didn't get to see Robinia come into play, which would have been kind of cool, but we did get to see some cool things from Robin's deck. Ken's deck, it's like a blue-black control deck, and it did what blue-black control decks do. It controlled the board and ground out advantage and just won. So kudos to Ken for winning this and for pulling off the victory. So let's take a look at once again the current points list for 7 points Singleton. It does get changed every once in a while. I do not know when the next update is due, but the format seems pretty healthy. So the 4-point cards are Ancestral Recall, Black Lotus, Library of Alexandria, and Soul Ring. The 3-point cards include the 5 Moxen, Time Walk, Mind Twist, and Demonic Tutor. The 2-point cards are Armageddon, Black Vice, Brain Geyser, Channel, Land Tax, and Mishra's Workshop. So yeah, it is definitely possible to have a blue deck that has both Brain Geyser and Ancestral plus something else like a Recall, Twister, Mana Drain, something along those lines. Lots of 1-point cards with Caracas, Mana Drain, Mana Vault, Maze of Ith, Balance, City in a Bottle, Dark Ritual, Fireball, Winter Orb, the 2 draw 7s, the Abyss, Moat, Sylvan Library, Regrowth, and Recall. So, no Hymn to Torok in Ken's deck. No, I guess not. So, it's yeah, Fallen Empires is legal in 7 points Singleton. So I expect that Hymn to Torok might see a little play here and there, but and it is a 2-for-1, so it is something that could end up seeing some play and can get some card advantage as well. So. But that was 7 Point Singleton. That is the debut of 7 Point Singleton on my stream. So I appreciate everybody who joined. Don't forget to follow. Please tune in every single Tuesday night for my regularly scheduled stream. I play 3 rounds of Old School Magic with the Northern Paladins every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern as part of the Tuesday Night Gauntlet. So don't forget to follow. Turn on those notifications so you know when I go live. So I definitely appreciate everybody who joined me for 7 Points Singleton. I'm hoping that you guys like the format and you guys will watch as I start playing that in February. So I appreciate you all being here, and you all have a great night, and I will see you on Tuesday. Take care.